Hi, I'm Shandy Levin and this is Paul. We're here to tell our daughter's story, Ava.
We first found out we were pregnant right after our wedding, and it's just sheer excitement. And then as it progressed, when we found out we were having a little girl and picking names and planning for her nursery, it's really just the happiest time of our life.
Like Paul said, everything was going great till about 31 weeks, and then the doctor tells you that Ava, things aren't going right with her, she's not growing, and there may be a chance she's coming soon. We didn't even know what to think.
Yeah, 1 in 8 babies in the United States are born prematurely, and you just never think that that statistic is going to affect you and your family. And the doctors and nurses start saying things like, when she comes out, she might not be breathing, she might not be crying, and all that excitement just turns into sheer panic. When Ava was born, I thought I had an idea in my head of how small a preemie might be, and I absolutely had no idea. She was twice as small and twice as fragile as I ever could have thought. The hardest thing was definitely not being able to hold her and not being able to help. I mean, in the dream scenario in the movies, when a baby's born, she's handed right to the parents and they get to hold her. And when Ava was born, the doctors took her away so fast and literally had to fight for her life, to help her breathe and take care of her. And Shandy and I didn't get to do anything. We were completely helpless. It was very, very difficult. The first 10 days is definitely the hardest. I remember the nurses would say to us when we'd leave, guys, go home and just pray to God you don't get a phone call from us. And Shandy and I would sit around and stare at each other, just hoping and praying not to get a phone call with bad news. I mean, the NICU is just such an emotional roller coaster. One day there's good, and then the next day there's trouble such as blood transfusions, infections, weight loss, all the things that go wrong due to premature birth. Overall in the NICU, one day you'd see good news, the parents packing up in a car seat, taking a baby home, and the next day, where you know that there was a baby the night before, the next morning you'd get there and the incubator would be dark and you know that that baby didn't make it. The NICU is just such a difficult place, and it's really an emotional roller coaster.
Even though Ava came home from the hospital doesn't mean that the worrying's over. For preemies, there's a long road ahead of them. You never know what the future will hold. But today, Ava, looking at her, you wouldn't know that she was a preemie. She's 17 months old and doing everything she's supposed to be doing. The only thing is she's a little small. She walks, talks, and does everything that a 17-month-old should do.
And how do you possibly thank all the doctors and nurses at Community Hospital in the neonatal intensive care unit, groups like the March of Dimes? I mean, these people literally gave us a daughter and gave Ava life. And speaking of, here's little Ava.
Hi, Ava.
Hey,
Come
sweetie.
here. Come here. Come see Mama. Hi. Can you tell everyone hi? Can you say hi? Say hi. Blow 'em kisses. Aw, thank you, everyone.